We are back for another day of sports betting this 12th of July, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you my two best plays for the Women's Euros. We've been on absolute fire in this competition. Our last past 12 bets we've won 9 and only lost 3. But firstly, let's recap yesterday's video. As we do on every single video, we don't hide no losses on this channel. 2 bets sent out in the Women's Euros. We were 1 line away from going 2-0. So a 1-1 day, we'll completely take it. Move on to today and try and capitalise on this hot run. If you appreciate transparency, honesty and just results in general, I say this all the time. But subscribe, man. I show my wins, I show my losses. We don't hide anything, so you can see where you would exactly be if you followed along to my sports plays. The regular season, we absolutely crushed it. 175 units, almost 200 wins and around about 130 losses. So that's a 70 win difference. Playing at like 3-2 unit per bet, absolutely crushed it. Can't wait for the new season to start mid-end of August. But enough waffle, let's get straight into the purpose of this video. And I've got 2 really good bet builders that I really like the looks of. I've tried to keep it as simple as possible today, okay? We're going to start in the Sweden and Germany game. Both teams coming into this game on absolute fine form, so this is going to be a very competitive match. We're going to be taking under 3 goals in the first half, under 3 corners in the first 10 minutes, over 0 cards and over 5.5 shots on target and no red card. Just to run through these lines very quickly, like I said, I think it's going to be a very competitive game. The first 10 to 20 minutes I think it's going to be a bit of a chess match. I'd be surprised if a goal went in at that time. If it went over the 2.5 line by half time, we'd be going against data, because that has a 90% win rate when looking at both teams, their goals in the first half over like the last past 20 games. Over 3 corners in the first 10 minutes. We've been absolutely crushing this line in the Women's Euros. This is yet to lose. This line is yet to fail in any of our bet builders. The only way this line would fail if it was 3 separate corners from 3 separate possessions. No, sorry. If there was a corner from a corner, and I can't see it being 3 separate corners from 3 separate possessions. Going with the over 0 card rather than the high under on the cards. The reason being, both teams over the last past 8 games, only 1 game has not seen a card. Like I said, it's going to be a very competitive game. I'd be very surprised if at least 1 card wasn't handed out in this game. Over 5.5 shots on target is a freebie. Both of these teams, when looking at their conversion rates and just everything in regards to their shots on target per match, they average around about 8.3, 8.2 when putting both of their statistics together. Their conversion rate is 21% and the average amount of shots per match between the 2 teams is 16. So I'd be very surprised if that didn't come in by like the 60th minute. And no red card. If an out-of-pocket moment happens, completely nothing I can do there. But that's purely based on the projection between the 2 teams and the referee. Poland vs Denmark. This is going to be a good one. Very simple. Only 4 lines. Under 4 goals. Under 3 corners in the first 10 minutes. Under 1 card in the first 10 minutes. And no red card. I'd be very surprised if a card was handed out before around about the 20-minute mark when looking at the data between these 2 teams. Both teams are coming in to this game off the back of a bit of a losing streak. Poland, though, they have faced some tough competition. They lost 3-0 to Sweden and 2-0 to Germany. When looking at the recent games for both teams as well, it hasn't been no frantic high scoring games, so I really like the under 3.5. I'd see this possibly being around about 2 or maybe just on the mark at 3 goals. I'd be recommending to stick a unit apiece on both of these bets. Okay, so we're playing with good data, playing with really good projections. The Women's Euros, as I've already said, has been an absolute treat to us. 9 wins and 3 losses. And if you have a little look at some of those losses, we were very unlucky. I think it was only one loss where it was like a blowout, complete blowout, called the game wrong. But the other 2 games that did loss, we lost by like 1 corner, 1 goal, 1 line. So I'm going to continue to fire throughout this tournament. I've actually really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed women's football. The projections fall into place more than the men's. So I'm going to be looking at continuing this, to be totally honest. The start of the Euros, believe it or not, was my first time ever betting on women's football. And I think I've done good. I think I've done really good. I'm going to try and finish this competition making around about 25 units. That'd be really nice, wouldn't it? To make 25 units. My first time ever betting on a women's competition. But yeah, like I said, new season's coming up end of August. Gonna have loads of things planned. I pretty much upload daily. If there's sport on with data that I like, I will upload. So if you just enjoy content, daily content, subscribe. If you enjoy results, transparency, subscribe. There's a lot of so-called tipsters on YouTube. They don't show their wins. They show their wins, but they don't show their losses. You don't need me to tell you that. Like, come on, wakey. If you're following tips from tipsters that they don't speak about projections, they don't speak about data or anything like that. They just Mickey Mouse tipsters. That's what I like to call them. They bingo, gala bingo tipsters, casino, 50-50. They're just purely doing it to monetize your views. They don't make no money sports betting. They never had made any money sports betting. So yeah, just be very, very careful if you are following certain people, because certain people just entertainment. They talk loudly, they grab your attention, and not to try and insult anyone, but just stupid people for stupid gimmicks. But yeah, not trying to insult anyone with that. But like I said, transparency, results, that's what you will find on this channel. I will catch you in the next video. Got quite a busy weekend. I'm going to be firing on the Wimbledon's men's final between Alcaraz and Sinner. I'm not a specialist in tennis, but I do think I got a lock for that final. And there is a little bit of UFC on over the weekend, which you know I love to get my hands into UFC. So I'll catch you soon. Peace.